It's Tuesday, and we're all back. Some of us a little worse for wear, some of us are not, but it's Tuesday, and you know what that means. It's IndyCar night on iRacing. Hello again, everyone. I am Gary Gotzo, and welcome to P1 Broadcasting coverage of Round 4 of Season 4, 2024. A lot of fours. For the IndyCar Oval Series Tuesday night top split coming to you from the Magic Mile, New Hampshire Motor Speedway in Loudon, New Hampshire. We have the whole crew with me today. We have Justin, we have Stevie, we have LGN. Stevie, welcome back, buddy. We were kind of looking at the layout of the land before going green here for the broadcast, and not a lot of people choosing to come to New Hampshire to race the IndyCars tonight, huh?
Yeah, New Hampshire typically isn't a circuit that you see very often on the IndyCar schedule. In fact, in the real world, we haven't raced here since 2011, and I think anyone who knows IndyCar knows how that all went. But
double bird, anybody?
Yeah, Will's double birds, everyone. But yeah, it's a track that you don't tend to see very often on the IndyCar calendar, largely due to the fact that you don't tend to see it too long on the IndyCar calendar in real life. But and it's definitely a tricky track here. It's generally speaking, these sorts of tracks aren't the most popular, but they do draw out some big guns here. But the people they do draw out, they could definitely throw some curveballs in here and definitely make their names known, because there's always going to be some guy that comes to their favorite track. And for some, that favorite track is New Hampshire. Personally, it's not for me, but it's definitely for someone out there. And there's definitely I think there's going to be some interesting ways this field is going to shape up by the time we complete 90 laps here at the Magic Mile.
And with the way the track layout is, it's variable banking at all four turns. This track was reconfigured like right around the turn of the millennium, if I remember correctly. It used to be a narrow 1, 2, 3, and 4 to where you could get some good side-by-side racing, but when they adjusted it, so to say, to where it is now, you can get some good racing depending on what type of car you're in, whether it's a stock car or even in an Indy car. But for some people, like you said, it's a hit-and-miss track, whether you like this track or you don't, because you have to run this place almost, think of it like a Milwaukee on steroids.
Kinda, yeah. I mean, same length and all, and in a way, it could play. It definitely drives typically the same way that you saw the Milwaukee Mile last season, actually, in the IndyCar Oval Fix Series, where everyone was running up in a higher groove here, and you had people driving it in different ways. We can definitely see that in New Hampshire, and we tend to see it more often. And it leads to some interesting maneuvers at times that can lead to victory or agony.
Starting lineup, Stevie.
And on the pole for this race, 25 drivers will take the grid. Jacob Oster on the pole position in the number 2, a 22.387, the only driver to get down to the threes. He'll be alongside the King, Robert Malechka III. In second spot, Matt Taylor will be starting off third in the number 12 machine in third place, alongside Brian Campbell in the number 4. Very good effort for the real-life tire changer for Dale Coyne Racing. Brandon Trost, he will be starting off fifth. Definitely keep an eye on him. Raphael Eckert in the 22 will start off sixth. A name I haven't seen pop up very often, and good to see him back. And another name I haven't seen in a long time, but it's great to see him back in the saddle. PDF, Pablo Diaz-Francis, in the number 13. He will start off 7th. He'll be alongside Seb Alexander's number 11 machine on row number 4. Row 5 will be Alan Morea in the 21, alongside Ty Quilla in the number 8. That's your top 10. Craig Forsyth in the number 11 spot will starting his number 16 machine, I should say. Jacob Collins' number 15 will be his company in 12th. Wes Weedman will be 13 in the number 9, alongside Mark Murphy with a big struggle in qualifying for Murph. He'll start 14th. What can he do from there? Adriano Forporti, another name struggled in qualifying, will start 15th alongside Stephen Lee in 16th. Elijah Gilson and Trey Shadid, major struggle for him in 18th. And then Bruno Romanzini 19th alongside Dustin Cares in the top 20. Kyle Clemworth starting from the back. Sam Carasala, William Sapalpa, Tiago Benedetti, and Carlos Washington will be your 25 drivers, and the green flag flies. 90 laps underway in New Hampshire. And what a start for Oster.
Yeah, perfect start for Oster. He got to the... Some would probably say he probably jumped the gun there as they come off of turn number 2. A couple of cars already side by side. But you're going to be seeing a number of these guys try and get into single file formation to get a... Matt Taylor trying... Oh, a little bit of contact there. We saw Stephen Lee get a little bit of a love tap. No harm, no foul as they come off as they head off towards turn number 1 and 2.
Brandon Trost side by side with Matt Taylor. Taylor holding it tough on the low line here, but the high side is where the momentum tends to be here at New Hampshire. Trost with the out the corner gets the spot.
Big stack up there as Craig Forsyth got a little bit of loose. In turn 3.
Gilson.
That is Elijah Gibson.
Elijah Gilson around in the 23, and that, looks like he was just clipped. Trying to see who that was. It was
Bruno Romanzini.
Bruno Romanzini in the 19. Gives him a little tap there, loses part of his front wing in the process, but that number 23 machine is sent into the turn 3 wall. Very unfortunate.
Guys, I hate to say it, but our old friend is back again for this wreck.
Our old friend Netcode.
Oh.
Yeah, the silent killer of iRacing that will never seemingly go away. Netcode. The computer thought the car was in a different position than it seemed to be.
And it's like the old song, "Hello, Netcode, my old friend." It's back to see us once again.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, it's going to be the swan song for Elijah Gilson, who is done for the day already at lap 4. But we are under caution. Everyone doing max fuel save. We expect at least one pit stop to get to the end here. Anybody? I wonder if we had any takers coming to pit road.
Yeah, we do. We have Benedetti and Carlos Washington taking early pit stops here, likely just to top off the tanks as they get back onto the circuit. We're expecting about somewhere near about 55 laps, maybe 60 we could do on fuel here, I would imagine.
Yeah, I'm going back and I'm watching the replay of the wreck. The dad joke in me wants to come out.
Oh,
You
boy.
could say Captain Morgan got shipwrecked on track.
But,
I don't have that soundbite yet, but one of these days.
He's in a Captain Morgan scheme.
He is.
yeah, I mean, it works, doesn't it? Yeah, very unfortunate, but at the very least, the team may have a drink for him to wash down the sorrows, but probably more likely for someone like Gilson, who I've raced with before, and he's definitely a talented driver. I think he's going to be more keen to get himself back in the game for the next race there, because if they're anything like me, you want to get back out there and take another crack at it. You want to show this track that you're not a scrub.
The Paula Benedetti, the highest up in the order so far, each up 3 spots in the short time we were green. I think we're getting ready to come to green right now.
And it looks like Kyle Clemworth and company have also come on to pit road early in this event. So, interesting little strategy calls there to top off the fuel early on in this race. But we're about to start lap number 6 and get back to the green flag running. Oster on the throttle again. A good jump over Malechka. Green flag flies. And now Brian Campbell trying to put pressure on Robert Malechka for second.
About the time you got to do it. You got to do it early in the run. Otherwise, everything equals out and Robert just kind of pulls away from you. But not going away from anybody here in this is Trost.
Yeah, and Brandon Trost sends it the inside of Brian Campbell into turn number 3. Bull move there, but not exactly anything that I don't expect from him.
He's trying to get.
Alan Marrera, I think, dropped out as well.
But again, that high line really proving to be the stronger one on corner exit. So Campbell holding on to the position for the time being. And I'm looking at Matt Taylor run way up into the gray up there. Usually there's like a fine line that you would toe up there, but Matt Taylor is not really subscribing to that theory at the moment. And neither is Trost now as he goes up to the high line.
Yeah, and Matt Taylor is just trying to find as much clean air as he can. And it's somewhat working, but it's not relatively working.
Oh, look at Trost.
Oh, contact car, and we got Ralphie Eckert into the turn 3 wall.
And he gets hit again. 3 cars off, 1 car up and over.
Oh,
Benedetti.
We got to watch. That happened so quickly. Let's go back and
that
watch
did
that.
happen very quickly. And Benedetti on the radio is not happy about that.
Oh, and he just got loose all on his own. Happened right in front of Seb. Seb misses it, hits the wall, and he rolls down. And Forporti just misses it. Shadid goes into it.
Oh. Close. And just, trying to see who else that was.
Check out this barrel roll from Benedetti. Here he is. We're going to ride with him. He sees it all happening in front of him. The lights are caution on the dash. He's not really slowing down too much. Here it is. Check this out. Hit the theme from Dreams for Van Halen as we're now watching barrel rolls in flight here.
Oh, dear.
I was thinking of something else. I was thinking of there's rough terrain ahead. Do a barrel roll.
Yep. Yeah, but unfortunately, we're not playing Star Fox on this one. We are driving Indy cars, and when the caution comes out, you do tend to have to check up a fair bit, but overall, just very unfortunate situation here. Only lap number 10 so far out of 90 in this event.
Second caution
and
already.
This is kind of the chaos that a track like this can throw at you, especially if it's something that a lot of drivers may not be too deeply familiar with when it comes to driving an IndyCar around. You're going to have to adapt really quickly, and sometimes in the middle of that, of adapting to things, you make a mistake.
Shadid's still rolling. I think he's going to try to make up as many spots as he can here before parking that car and then getting told the damage is too much.
Yeah, I've definitely seen this before, and
Clinty
I will admit
coming
I'm
to pit
guilty of that
road.
too. Ooh, Clinty coming on the pit road. Yet again, I believe this is the second time he's been on pit road so far, and again, I imagine it's just to top off the fuel.
That spin that Rafael Eckert had was a little reminiscent of Scott Pruitt here in 1995.
Yeah, the back end just came right around on him as he turned in. So it should also be mentioned that at the entrance to turn 3 is slightly downhill. Let's ride with Oster here and roll on his roll bar. As you see, it's actually slightly downhill right there, very slightly. And that is, these cars do not like any elevation changes, especially rapid elevation changes, and that will cause the back end to get loose. And that's kind of what looks like it happened to Eckert. Not sure exactly everything that could have led to that, but I do know that because of the elevation change back there, the car does get a little light. The back end comes around, and that's what it looks like happened to Eckert. Eckert is very savvy and sage when it comes to racing these cars, so you don't see him make that mistake very often. So you sometimes wonder if it's not the driver, is it the track? And that might be the case right now. Trost pit road.
At least we can say that it's not the car.
No.
Indeed.
And we also have Stephen Lee on pit road.
Looks at NASCAR for their car.
Interesting call for both Brandon Trost and Stephen Lee coming in this early on in the going. You could definitely, I can imagine you can make something like this happen, but this is a bold strategy, I would say.
Bold strategy, Cotton. Let's see if it pays out.
Indeed, especially with all the track position that has been lost for Brandon Trost. But I'm guessing, did you see him go up on the jacks at all?
I did not pay attention to track. I just saw him hitting pit road and thinking all the track position that they're giving up.
Indeed, and now going back to green once again. Jacob Ulster once again with a good launch. Malechka still sees Brian Campbell hounding his mirrors, and PDF trying to put the pressure on Matt Taylor for fourth. Meanwhile, looking behind, Seb Alexander and Ty Quilla getting in a battle off of turn number 2.
Yeah, good battle between those two there. But I'm looking at it. There's a number of other good battles here. We got a couple of side-by-side battles here coming off of turn 4. There was one with Craig Forsyth, but that battle is now essentially been turned off. Adriano Forporti tried to get into a battle with, Bruno Romanzini.
Oh, boy.
They played it smart. Forporti let Romanzini go, but now, who's that? Oh, and he goes again. Another one.
Dustin Harris. And Carlos Washington.
Dustin Cares and Carlos Washington involved in this one. Cares looks like he just lost it on his own in turn 3.
Yeah, he's on the inside of Fraporti, and this is another victim of the, I believe, the way that turn 3 is kind of profiled. We'll watch it. He's the inside of Fraporti here, heading into the corner, and he turns down in, going to the real low portion. Ooh.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm not sure who that was. Is that William Sapala? Yeah, William Sapala had a face full on that one. We'll watch that one from his point of view.
Yeah, it's at least twice now that turn 3 has been a big problem for the drivers here, especially if you're trying to go down low. Maybe.
Oh man.
Oh jeez. But now, the leaders are coming onto pit road now. Jacob Alster, Malechka, PDF staying out actually. Matt Taylor. A lot of drivers coming in. A lot of the front runners are coming in on lap 16 here. Brian Campbell assumes the lead. And look at this. Matt Taylor has jumped Alster and Malechka on this stop.
Wow. Go back and check that out.
Wow.
Yeah, he was only in 4.1 seconds. Maybe just topped off and chose not to go with tires.
I think he didn't take tires on that one. I'm watching him come on I'm watching the replay of his stop. And yeah, it's just a splash and go for Matt Taylor. So he seems to be pretty confident in his tires. That's going to be interesting to see here. And how will this order shake out here? Of course, Campbell takes over the lead of this race from starting in 4th position. Second will be PDF. Wes Weedman in 3rd, as Alster will be restarting it in 11th place. And Matt Taylor will be 9th.
All right. So no going up on the jacks for Taylor. Fuel only.
Maybe even a clean windshield.
And let's reset the field here before we go back to green. Brian Campbell now is your leader. PDF stays out with him. He is now 2nd. Wes Weedman up 10 spots. He is now 3rd. Roman Zini is 4th, up 15 spots. Fraporti is up 5th, up to 5th, up 10 spots. And Clendy now up 15 spots. Clendy, a number of stops under the earlier cautions. Trost looking with the high IQ maneuver down on the caution, or down on the apron under caution here, doing the shortest line possible around this racetrack, along with Fraporti. Fraporti's doing the same. So they are in maximum save mode as they are taking the shortest line possible around this place, trying to save on that fuel. And Forsyth coming to pit road again, looking to top off. So everyone's playing a long game right now. Well, with the exception of the leaders, or the leaders are the guys that we're just going to stay out until we have to stop or bank on another caution. Maybe on another caution they'll come in. 3 cautions in a top split race this very early on is actually kind of rare. So they are probably banking on maybe another caution happening again. But I think the other leaders that pitted probably, I don't want to second guess anybody, but might have made the right choice. I'm not sure how many more cautions we're going to see out of this thing.
Yeah, you never really know in a situation like this. So Campbell gets his foot down, green flag flying, lap 19, and already a checkup. Is everyone trying to avoid running into each other on this restart? There as Trost goes way down on the low line there. In that battle for 5th place. Look at this, side by side, 2 cars deep.
They tried to make it 3 wide through the corner. Oh, Stephen Lee gets a little bit loose there.
Oh, Stephen Lee, the big loser in that exchange. As Trost now moving up into 6th position. Clendy in 5th, putting the pressure on Bruno Romanzini for 4th.
He's trying to find a way to get by him, but I don't know if it's going to work because we know Romanzini knows how to throw the block, essentially.
Clendy underneath Romanzini.
Correction, for Porty.
Oh, looking at Clendy. Look at the run he's got. Kyle Clemworth up into 4th position on the circuit there. Can Romanzini get the run on the high
here
side?
comes
Yes,
Trost.
he can.
Here comes Trost.
Monster bit of momentum there for Romanzini, and it's bringing Brandon Trost right into the fight. Not what Clendy wants to see. And here comes Trost up on that high line. And looking at Clendy yet again, wheel to wheel.
They're throwing that brick wall of air up on Trost. Trost is not liking that. He's saying, guys, what are you doing?
Clendy clears him. He does clear Romanzini. Now Romanzini's forced on the low line here. Not where he wants to be. And Clendy's going to have to maximize. It's out. Big wreck behind him. It's Jacob Oster in trouble. Jacob Oster's right. Oh, big crash back there. One car over. I believe one that was Craig Forsyth. One car went over him.
Wow. Wow. Okay, let's get back into this thing. We were just riding on. We were on board with that when that happened. Here is Oster to the inside up. Same thing. Same thing in 3.
Same thing. And Sam Karasala is sent for a ride over the top.
Oh, check out.
Craig Forsyth was trying to check out for Jacob Oster. So this track is catching out even some of the big dogs.
Karasala, we'll check out. I think that impacted 2 IAR cars, but here's Karasala, and I think Seb clipped it and might be damaged. But where do you go? Where do you go? And he just catches up and unfortunately into the back.
Yeah.
Of Forsyth, and Forsyth got the old spun around as well.
Yeah, and I'm looking again at Oster. It's just the rear end swapping around yet again for the 3rd time tonight. The low line catches someone out and throws the rear end of the car in disarray, and it happens to Jacob Oster, one of the best in the business.
I have never seen a wreck like that by Sam Sala like that in my life on here.
Yeah, like
no, the seat is Seb snap back into place. Yes, snap. So Seb's car snaps back into place. So iRacing physics, and so he dodges a bullet, but his teammate does not.
Oh, it's just absolutely brutal. But Seb Alexander, in one way, he's got to be thanking the racing gods for that one. Just so incredibly lucky. But
Campbell stays out. Campbell stays out. PDF stays out. Weedman stays out. Clendy now up to 4th. Trost now 5th. Forporti stays out. Jacob Collins coming to pit road. Very hectic race so far. Turn 3, catching everybody out at the moment. It's all been about the same thing. They're entering very low, and that is the portion of the racetrack that actually, I keep saying, kind of goes downhill. It doesn't look like it, but it is profiled slightly downhill. And if you go back to one of the very first IndyCar races here, when they were on, I think it was ABC, and the driver expert for that race was Danny Sullivan, and he was explaining the racetrack, and he actually explained about how the turn 3 has a little bit of a dip in it. And that was even back in the early 90s when the racetrack kind of first opened up, and they never really kind of corrected that. So that is still there, and you just go back and watch one of those very first IndyCar races that was here on ABC. You can find it on YouTube. And you'll hear, and there you see Campbell blinking out. You'll hear Danny Sullivan talking about the dip there.
I believe that was 92, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, could have been, yeah.
Yeah, and
because what most people don't know is before New Hampshire Motor Speedway was built, this actually was a road course known as Breyer Motorsports Park.
Yeah, and that's the road course you see off in the distance here on this drone shot behind the hill there. That is part of the road course that actually you can race on. I believe it's one of the configurations you can race on.
That is correct. You can definitely race on that. There's multiple configurations to choose from with that. And I've driven it a few times in the Skip Barber cars. It is a fun little track, honestly.
Indeed it was, but also much of the original layout for the Breyer Motorsports Park, it's gone. The only one that's left is the backstretch. Anyways, coming back to green.
Campbell once again on the point. Green flag flies, gets his foot down. PDF now having to deal with Wes Weedman behind him. And Kyle Clenworth on the charge. He's looking down on the low line immediately.
He's trying. He's trying, but
we got a car that is missing portion of the front wing. Seb Alexander.
Seb Alexander having issues there. That is a completely gone right front wing piece and struggling with the grip there on the car there. I imagine he's going to have to come to pit road soon. But Clendy now holding off Brandon Trost while he's fighting with Wes Weedman as everyone's starting to try and get themselves into some semblance of order and maybe get a green flag run in, assuming that they don't get caught out by the bump in turn 3.
Well, 2 laps ago, Brandon Trost tried to make a run on the inside coming off of turn 4 on Kyle Clenworth. Clenworth basically pinched him down. Oh, speaking of pinching.
Weedman nearly lost it there off of turn number 2, and Clendy almost ran into him. And look at Trost. Oh, my goodness. Trost was taking advantage of that in a heartbeat. Didn't work out for him.
Off of 4.
Trying to see who's in it, and
Mark Murphy.
Murphy is in it. That's Mark Murphy and William Sipala off of turn number 4 this time.
Oh, net call.
Net code, indeed.
Oh, yes, it was. It was big time net code off of the number 6 machine. And it takes out Mark Murphy, who was charging up from the back.
Oh, jeez.
You could literally walk in between them.
Jeez.
Look at that.
Like, it wasn't even close. Like, I'm not being facetious. That was not even close.
Hell,
We may
watch
have
here.
gotten the netcode issue. We may have gotten the netcode issue fixed on the stock car side, but can we get it fixed on the open wheel side?
Wow.
Please do.
Wow. That was just awful netcode.
Oh, man. Like, in any sensible universe, that would be a fight down the front straightaway. It would not be a wreck.
So much room for activities.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yes, that was a Step Brothers reference. I don't care.
And there we got Weedman now coming to pit road,
Yep.
so he decides
Weedman
to
making his way down.
call it quits. Hit pit road.
Coming in for fuel and fresh tires. And lap 31, we're definitely getting into the pit stop window that we would expect if this was a green flag run the whole way. So it's not a bad idea to come in at this point, I would think, even with the track position being lost here at this point.
Well, with the number of cautions we have, it actually gives us a little bit of time to go over the IndyCar Series, Oval Series point situation. Brendan Trost is your points leader, and right behind him is Clindy and Brian Campbell. So all 3 of those guys engaged, highly engaged at the front. Kind of losing out a little bit, but a fortunate yellow for him, but not for his teammate, is Seb Alexander. Seb manages to come to pit road, get that front wing fixed, top off the tank, and get another set of tires if he wanted to. He is 4th in the points. Ty Quilla 5th. Trace, unfortunately, is out. He is 6th in the points for Porty. He's in today's race. Romanzini is in today's race. They're 7th and 8th. Oster, he is out of today's race. He's 9th. And Benedetti is out of today's race. He is 10th. So everybody in the top 10, there you see in the points in today's race.
And this is turning into, this really has turned into quite the scuffle in the early stages of this championship. And I think it's definitely going to throw a curveball in the points at the end of this event. Of course, we got a whole week worth of races to try and make it up. But with an SOF as high as this, we're talking about, I believe you said it was like 4,700 thereabouts.
Yeah, it was
46.99.
46.99, yep.
Yeah, that is an amazingly high strength of field. So there's a lot of points at stake in this race. And this is going to be one of the marquee events of the week. And like everybody's going to be fighting at this hammer and tongs. And already with some figures like Mark Murphy and Jacob Alster out of the running, and Tracia did as well. That is a lot of points that these guys are going to be fighting to grab here. And everything counts at the end of the season.
I will say this, Stevie, look who's sitting second right now.
Indeed, PDF, Pablo Diaz-Francis, a name that really goes back to when we really started doing these broadcasts way back when. I remember him from like our first broadcast here.
Yeah.
And yeah, like he's always a delight to watch. A really talented, really skilled and really determined driver. I'll definitely say that much. PDF looking at a chance at a possible win here if everything plays out the way it is for this strategy call. And there's no doubt about it. He is going to be going for it if he gets the chance.
Hey, our pit reporter, Miss Excitement, Olivia Hayward, she is sitting there in chat and says that second split has brought out their fourth caution. So first and second splits having a rough go here at the Magic Mile.
Man, like people call it the Magic Mile, but for this reason and others, I've come to nickname it riding on the Magic Struggle Bus, and some people have been tonight. But right now, Brian Campbell is not one of them. Green flag flies, and a bad restart for PDF. He's having to defend hard against Kyle Clemworth. Down on the low side he goes. Clendy trying to get the run off the corner. Not quite enough to get up alongside him just yet, but PDF was caught out by that one.
Yeah, PDF was complaining that Brian Campbell may have jumped the start.
Oh,
how do you jump the start? You control the start. I don't get that. I don't get that. Here comes Trost.
And look at Trost and Clendy side by side. PDF breaks away from them. Trost clears Clemworth on the low side of the track. Very well done by Brandon.
to seventh.
Yep, Malechka on the move here. You always got to be careful when he is in contention. And even in seventh place, I have no doubt that King Robert is going to be in contention for this event.
He's always in contention if he's on the racetrack. That's what it is with
This
Robert.
is true. Yeah. He has repeatedly demonstrated over the last few seasons. But Brian Campbell now sees Pablo Diaz-Francis starting to creep up there. PDF is getting a lot of grip on the entry and middle of the corner. Campbell, though, getting that momentum a bit back. Oh, Campbell loose! He almost wrecked the car. He legit almost wrecked that race car.
Here
and
comes PDF.
PDF on the low side. What a run there. Pablo Diaz to the lead of the race. Brian Campbell, though, I got to give him props for that save, but here he comes to get on the low side.
Sends it in, going into one, almost pushes it.
They both power slide.
PDF saved it. Lost the position to Brandon Trost, who now dives down on the low side, and he's going to take the lead of this race for the time being. And here comes Campbell. Oh, big squeeze.
Synchronized power sliding, synchronized wheel checking. This is great. Goodness. If you're not entertained, I don't know what to tell you.
There was contact. There was contact. I saw a body. I saw a piece of the car fly off.
Oh, car spinning in the backup. Wes Weedman coming off of 2.
Saves it, though. No caution at the moment, but Wes Weedman losing positions. Brandon Trost now with the lead of this race. And Brian Campbell, I gotta wonder if he's nursing a damaged race car a little bit. It's not enough. Two. Saved it again. The tires are really getting destroyed on these.
He's got to come to pit road or something. I mean, they're 40 laps into these tires.
Yeah, like these tires are getting absolutely thrashed at this point, especially with all the dive bombing maneuvers going on here.
I almost figure that it's almost like we're at Darlington.
I know, yeah, except without nearly as much banking.
They're up next to the wall like Darlington. Someone's going to get a stripe here later this race.
Yeah, exactly. It's really turning into the IndyCar version of Darlington, and in a way it's also in the way that everybody hits the wall. And Campbell almost does so again, losing position to Clemworth for second, and Matt Taylor now on his gearbox looking to the low side for third.
Yeah, he's probably regretting not hitting pit road that on that last caution and just coming to pit road and getting it done, because everyone ahead of him would still have to possibly stop again.
Yeah, short-term gain, long-term loss, it would seem, for Brian Campbell. And now he's having to deal with Porporti, Malechka, Stephen Lee, all those guys behind him. How long can he hang on to it?
Oh, 3 wide through the corner.
Oh, Malechka down the low side on Porporti. Very well done, and move him up into 5th. Always got to be careful with him around. Brian Campbell now struggling, of course. Malechka looking to take full advantage of it and get himself back up into a fight for the podium. And dives down left side, clears him handily.
Campbell at this point has got to hope for a caution, because that was not only is the tire shredded, he's nursing a damaged car, and the contact that happened about 10 or so laps ago off of turn 4 with Brandon
Stephen Lee and Ty Quilla.
Stephen Lee and Ty Quilla in this one. Oh my goodness. And it looks like Lee lost it on his own on that one, and Quilla fighting for the position but was collected in it.
Quilla was launched.
There's netcode.
Yeah, netcode as well. Once again, the infamous netcode. Again, room for a lot of activities there. And slaps the wall a little bit. In a way, kind of reminiscent of the last time IndyCar came here in 2011 when Tony Kanaan was sent in that direction.
Yeah, I remember that one. That was very early in the race, too. Oof.
Yeah,
Tony
Kanaan and Schechter.
Yeah, but this go around though, there's not a portable toilet to knock over.
Indeed. Yeah, definitely for the better, I would say, because usually now Campbell gives up the ghost, comes down on the pit road.
Yeah,
Ty Quilla
he has no choice.
Back on the pit road
He
there.
has
Let's see
no
if he
choice.
can fix it.
And Quilla just might need a new nose. He might have other damage involved, and he might be able to nurse that thing back home, but it's going to be a long remainder of the race. Well, we're only halfway through this thing.
Yeah, this has turned into a bit of a slog at this point. 48 laps out of 90 complete, and these guys are having a bit of a rough go of it, I'll say that much. New Hampshire usually is a very tricky circuit for IndyCar competition, but
Campbell on
we're
a long
seeing
hold there. Yeah, looks like he had some damage. Yeah, long hold there for Campbell, so he might have had some damage for sure.
Yeah, I wouldn't be too surprised given the contact we saw there off of 4.
I'm just going to say this. Am I back at Martinsville or Bristol in the NIS fixed with this shenaniganry?
I mean, either one wouldn't surprise me at this rate.
Or better yet, am I back at Richmond in 2020 all over again?
Yeah.
Stevie knows what I mentioned.
Yep, I do remember.
And just to give you a little update, the rule package for tonight, this is a 1.058 mile paperclip shaped oval, as you can see from these drone shots. We're only doing 90 laps, only 95 race miles when it's all said and done with. 3 sets of tires, one in the car, 2 in the pits. We've seen a number of guys already come for at least a second set of tires. 45 miles per hour pit road speed limit here. This track is famously known for the first place that Honda got its win, the first IndyCar win here. Andre Ribeiro in 95. He actually set the track record that year, also with a speed of 177.4 en route to Honda's first win here. And that's kind of the most famous thing for New Hampshire. The IndyCar IRL track record, friend of the program, Richie Hearn, in 96 set the IRL track record here at the 175.3 in a year-old Renard. And in 8 IndyCar races at Loudon, spread equally between kart and the IRL, there are 8 different winners. Bobby Rahal, Nigel Mansell, Allister Jr., Ribeiro, Scott Sharp, Robbie Buell, Tony Stewart, and Ryan Hunter-Ray. Team Menards holds the edge with team wins with 2, and everyone else just kind of fights for second place if the series ever returns. Maybe they will, considering how well they all seem to race, and it's a little bit different than Milwaukee, but the Milwaukee race was very entertaining. Maybe we put New Hampshire back on the menu?
Maybe.
Yeah, but in the eyes of Mark Miles, we don't want to go back to places that are old tracks.
Yeah, well, Mark Miles is, in his eyes, he might be blind in one, I think.
Yeah, I would definitely agree with that one.
And before we go green,
Milwaukee back.
Right, exactly. Before we go green, if you enjoy P1's coverage of the IndyCar Oval Series Tuesday night top split, respect the stream, please do us a solid. Make sure you support us by subscribing. While you're at it, don't forget to smash like and click the bell so you don't miss out on future P1 iRacing broadcasts. Getting ready to go green at lap 51 of 90, and here we go.
Gross with his foot down. Clendy caught out a little bit there. He's got Matt Taylor to contend with going into turn number 1. Clenworth and Taylor down on the low side there. And now they're trying to catch back up to Trost there. He got momentum there off the corner.
Yeah, he got momentum.
Oh, he got way up close to the gearbox on Trost there. But Kyle Clenworth, we know these two are not the biggest fans of each other, so I think we're in for a show on this one. They have been Yeah, though to their credit, one thing I think we missed on the radio earlier was after that one caution where Trost and Clendy nearly made contact, Trost actually apologized to Kyle Clemworth for nearly missing his break point there.
Reporting off of turn 2, this most recent lap, got a little bit of oversteer, and the back end kicked out on him, and he saved it.
Yeah,
Campbell now looking for
PDF. And here comes Brian Campbell trying to get back up into the top 10 after everything that's happened.
Another thing that's also to take into account, we got cloud cover here, so it's throwing the grip levels into a haywire.
Oh, yes, it is.
There are the conditions: 78 degrees ambient, 95 degree track temperature, humidity at 45%, wind out of the north at 3 right now.
And off in the distance, I can actually see the leaves on the trees changing colors.
Indeed. I can actually kind of see it too, really. And it's just about that time of year as well.
I've been to the Granite State many times during the fall, so yeah, they do enjoy their foliage there.
Oh yeah, I've been up there a few times, and it is really pretty around this time of year.
Seb Alexander recovering pretty well from that lost wing plane, now challenging Wes Weedman up high.
Reporting getting really aggressive with Brian Campbell as they go through the corners here. It's getting interesting, to say the least. Reporting tries to get the run each and every time, but he hits that wall of air to where he has nowhere to go. He's trying different lines, and it's not working out, as we see Brian Campbell blink.
And I'm looking at PDF fighting with Seb Alexander and Wes Weedman. This is for 6th, 7th, and 8th. Ooh. And PDF does get by Seb Alexander on the low side of the track there. Good run for him. And now he's going to go again on the low side there. Not all the way down, but he's gone alongside Wes Weedman, who's getting held up by William Sapala, who's running 5th.
Oh, contact on the front straight.
Caution's out.
And that's PDF with Weedman.
Oh,
PDF
man.
and Weedman. Yeah, and it looks like Weedman...
We got a real good look of it here.
Sapala on the low side there, and didn't realize just how close PDF was there. And PDF, I'll note, he is not happy on the radio right now.
Yeah, just he was not clear. It just was not clear when he came down, and unfortunately,
yeah.
And PDF in the PDF in the 13 car.
like you could definitely argue there may have been room there to slot it 3 wide, but there was barely room to slot it 3 wide.
Oh, yeah. And Seb Alexander sneaks through on that one as well, but I would imagine that chat is chippy.
Yeah, and one person in chat who is a bit chippy right now is Brandon Trost. He's saying the broadcast must be hard to watch with all that's happened so far. But
here comes Malechka pit road.
It's the things to talk about.
Malechka's coming to pit road, so maybe he's going to throw on that last set of tires.
Very possible with 30 to go. I think that would be a good place to consider it.
Trost trying to burn off some fuel. Going to have a lap car between himself and Matt Taylor in second. That is Stephen Lee. We got a number. Okay, so this is kind of a rare situation for a top split broadcast for us. So we actually have, I believe, now 16 cars running out of the original 25 that started. But right now, I think only the top 13 are on the lead lap. So it's an old school kart race, folks. A lot of attrition, but normally those old school kart races have attrition because of engines and parts and stuff. Today it's a lot of collisions and people coming together at points where they shouldn't be.
Indeed so, and yeah, this has definitely turned into one of those very interesting races that some people will remember for a while, and others will prefer they don't.
It's like, do we have to go back to New Hampshire again? If you're just joining us, this is P1 coverage of the IndyCar Oval Series Tuesday Top Split, coming to you from New Hampshire, where we've very slowly completed 61 of a scheduled 90 laps. If you're enjoying our coverage of tonight's race and would like to monetarily support us, We are doing this for free on behalf of the community, so please find a link to our GoFundMe campaign in the stream description and donate if you're not donated already. We realize times are tough, so any donation, no matter the amount, is greatly appreciated.
Just off topic here, Stevie, look. There's a Boston Bruins fan fighting with a Montreal Canadiens fan in the stands. That's how you know hockey season's back.
Yep. Happy hockey season, folks.
Oh, the Canadiens fan just knocked the guy out.
Oh, crap. Wow.
He's out. He's...
Okay. Hopefully that's not happening in the virtual stands here either, but man, you know hockey season's back when that's happening here, and I guarantee you, if these people were not separated by space and time from each other in the physical world, I imagine there'd be some blows thrown in some regards here, because these people, they're competitive and they're passionate as well. And I know PDF, we were talking to him, he was not happy at all with Wes Weedman. And I imagine some of these people would have thrown hands a long time ago.
A lot of broken virtual hardware is on the pit road. You do not see that very often in these races.
No, you do not, especially for an event as high strength of field as what we see here tonight. These are some of the best in the game, literally speaking, and we're seeing all of this mayhem here tonight, and it's just showing you how much of a curveball and these guys are really throwing, and this track is really thrown at everyone. It's something that's...
It's the gauntlet is what it is.
It really is. And green flag flying, lap 63, Brandon Trost gets his foot down. Matt Taylor up into second place. What can he do to run down the 3 machine?
It was
Lindy smacks the wall.
They slipped the wall off a 2. Did that damage his car, I wonder? I certainly hope not. Taylor trying to get a run in the middle of the groove there, but not quite enough yet. He can definitely get there, though.
Seeing another good battle here. It's Adriano Forporti and Robert Malechka side by side as they come off of turn number 2. Malechka with a little bit of an understeer situation manages to correct it. He's going to try and send it in again on Adriano Forporti side by side as they go through the corner here. Will Malechka get it? Yes, he will.
They were totally in the netcode danger zone there.
Very close stop there. Forporti had to back out there, and he was getting dirty air from Jacob Collins in front of him, and now Malechka breezes by Collins on the low side up into 7th place. Once again, Robert Malechka on fresh rubber, mind you.
Yeah.
What can he pull? He can pull William Sapala around. No other cars collected, it would seem, but caution out, lap 65. And that was for 4th place, William Sapala. In one of his first appearances on the broadcast there, that was unfortunate.
Let's check it out here.
He
in
just
the
lost
3 and
it.
4. This is on
Just
exit.
lost it
So
off
this
the
is
4.
yeah. Normally, actually, it's in the middle of 4.
Yeah.
And a little bit of a kiss. Just a little bit of a kiss.
Just a kiss.
Just a kiss, yes.
Just boink.
And so we're back under caution one more time. So, does anybody else decide they want to come to pit road and throw those last set of tires on, just seeing what Robert Malechka was doing? Trost staying out.
And apparently Trost is trying to put the jinx on Robert Malechka by saying, "Good win, Robert Malechka."
Oh, those fresh tires from P6? Nah, you got it, he says. I mean, we've seen Malechka pull some very fast runs out of his hat before and gain a lot of spots. It's going to be a tough ask for the cars in front of him, but if anyone could do it, it's going to be Malechka.
And of course, Oster with the
way down low.
Yeah, I think he's trying to save fuel, but it's kind of not really necessary.
Yeah.
Yeah,
there are a lot of people burning fuel off
behind it. Yeah, I got the logic behind it. You want to minimize the weight that you possibly can, but still.
And Oster with the urinating tree shit post, so to say. L plus ratio plus you're bad.
Yeah, I think he has that as a hotkey. Actually, I think he has that as like.
Wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah, because I've seen that. A few times before.
Here's Tues. We're riding with him, and he is burning off fuel at a vigorous rate.
Yeah, he's really burning down the fuel here. And for those unfamiliar, just so you know what he's doing here, what he's doing is that he's coasting around, he's putting the clutch in and revving the snot out of the motor just so he could burn off fuel and save a little bit of weight. It's something I've seen pretty often. I've also done it myself in IndyCar competition, and it's a little tiny thing, but it's a little tiny thing that could possibly be worth it when the checkered flag comes out, and especially if it comes down to a wheel-to-wheel finish.
Yeah, I was initially thinking of doing that during the season finale at Nashville, but when we only had 2 cautions, it was kind of pointless.
Yeah, I would agree with that one. I mean, an event like this where I've actually lost track of cautions at this point personally. Yeah, like it's...
I think we've had 69 cautions.
Nice. But very nice indeed.
Let's ask our pit reporter, Miss Excitement, Olivia Hayward. How many cautions have we had, Olivia? Don't put it in chat. Matt Wagner checking in the chat. Look at these nerds. Matty Wagner, the stock car ace, checking in. Waste of time burning fuel, though. I hear that goes either way. I do hear it goes either way.
Yeah, like I'm one that doesn't tend to do it very often, but I know people that do it a lot, and if it works for you, it works for you. I'm just like really, really cautious on my fuel numbers.
All right, I think we're ready to go green again.
And Tues finishes the conversation with, Auto Club will end before this.
And that's where the Open Series is running this week.
And I'm going to be honest, I wouldn't be surprised if it actually does end before this.
Yeah, we've been going at this for 45 minutes so far in this race. Usually these races take about 35 minutes, and we still got about 20 to go. Green
Campbell.
Flag flopped.
Campbell, good start.
Campbell.
3 wide.
Let's get 3 wide. Look at this. All the way down to the low side.
I think that was a good start.
That probably was. They clear Seb Alexander. Did they get a penalty for that?
No.
No, they didn't. They did not get a penalty for it.
I thought Campbell
very
got
close,
it.
Yeah, very, very close. I thought
It
that
was
maybe
close, but Campbell didn't get it according to the iRacing system, and he holds on to 4th place. Robert Malechka in 5th.
And before somebody comments, that was a ref ball move right there.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, it's kind of the ref ball in the way that a computerized system can screw up sometimes. I mean, it happened in the 2014 Daytona 500 with Casey Kane. So, yeah, it could be pretty accurate.
Oh, Malechka tried to send it on Campbell. He had to back because he was getting understeer there.
Yeah, very.
And Campbell in front of him has a teammate that he can actually, if he can, direct him to throw a little dirty air back on Robert, a car length back. So let's see if they work together here and try to see the reverse of kind of what we see at the front. Typically when the power slide guys up there, they'll lock out everybody else. Let's see if the road racing guys can lock out the power slide guys.
Let's see if that's the case. And Malechka getting really aggressive on that low line there.
I thought I saw Campbell brush the wall off of turn 4.
Give him getting a broach bun for a sandwich. Okay. And
I got food on my mind.
Yeah, probably.
We're gonna go 3 wide into 3 and 4.
Look at this. Clendy under pressure from both Campbell and Malechka. They're having to boxing him out here. The 2 teammates trying to hold back the beast that is Robert Malechka. Still side by side with Campbell. This is for 4th place.
Ooh, he
holding on that
again.
side. Ooh, but squeamish from both of them up there. That's been a recurring theme throughout this race. 15 to go. Malechka leads Campbell at the stripe and clears him and dives down the low side on Kyle Clemworth. Clemdy, I think, though, yep, he's going to have the momentum. Malechka has to tuck him behind for now. I don't think that's going to change, and I don't think that's going to be staying that way for long, though. Here he comes again.
Still side by side as they come up for turn number 4 here. And he brushed the wall indeed. That's going to allow Robert Malechka to go by and maybe even his teammate Brad Campbell. No, Campbell backs out of it. He got hit by dirty air courtesy of too much tire rubber being thrown up in front of his face.
The question now, though, would be, is Clemworth damaged? Is he nursing a damaged race car from that little brush with the wall there? A light tap is enough to make that happen, but it looks like Clendy is holding very well at the moment, and now Malechka sets off down the road towards Matt Taylor. Last time by, he was 2/10 faster than the number 12 machine sitting in second place.
Be surprised if he was also faster than Brandon Trost, because Trost is just, he's checking out. He's gone.
Looking at the times going over the line here, Trost with a 22.7, Malechka with a 22.3. He is catching them. Will it be in time, though? It's going to be a close call either way.
You know the talent that Robert Malechka has. He knows how to get towards the front, but what may also help him is a caution coming out.
Roman Zini underneath Collins. Here's for ninth.
From Malechka's perspective, if a caution were to come out, it needs to happen about now, because that way you'll have a short sprint to the finish, and maybe you'll be able to gain some position out of it in any case.
And right now, from what I'm seeing here, Robert Malechka, he's found the grip. He's found that grip strip going through the corners here, because he is on the rear wing of Matt Taylor as they come off of turn 2. Stevie, we're in for one heck of a show already in terms of going towards the finish.
Half a second faster Robert Malechka was than Matt Taylor. And let's not make two ways about it. Matt Taylor is a really good driver. He's no slouch either. He's really good in these machines. But Malechka, on fresh rubber, so that is something to consider. He is catching him hand over fist.
Those are 66-lap-old tires on Taylor's car, 22-lap-old tires on King Robert's car. So there is a big difference there. But both these guys, winner at the Lionheart level, which is like the premier level in terms of league competition. So these guys definitely have many starts and many wins underneath them. They're going to race this out pretty cleanly. 83 of 90 coming to the closing stages. Trost, the points leader, looking to capitalize. He is a leader, watching in his rearview mirror. Two guys starting to slug it out. Oh, and also Trost has a lap car in between him and these guys, although it is in the form of Jacob Oster, who might just pull over and allow his teammates on through.
Yep. Oh, yeah. And very close there. Up the corner.
Yep.
Taylor. Oh, Malechka's going to be using him as a pick. He's looking down the low side of Matt Taylor.
Side by side as they go through 3 and 4 here. Washing up just a little bit, almost into the wall, is a pitch by Robert Malechka on Matt Taylor, as they're still side by side going into 1. It's a heck of a dogfight here. Matt Taylor says, okay, you know what? Just jump. Just go. Just go.
Nice opportunism there, I must.
Yeah, Oster into the wall on the backstretch.
Oster gathers it up, though. He's still going, and in fact, Matt Taylor actually tried to send it back on Malechka yet again in turn 3. Not quite enough to get the job done. Working lap number 86, 5 to go. Can Malechka catch Trost? Big question mark there. Ooh, very close to the wall there as well.
And Trost last pitted on lap 12, guys.
The only lap traffic right now ahead of Brandon Trost is Stephen Lee. So Robert Malechka is going to be hoping, okay, Stephen, do me a favor. Just throw dirty air all over the place on it.
Yeah, exactly. Stephen Lee sitting in 12th place, 11 laps down to the leaders, and that just shows how much of a carnage fest we've had in this race. Goes down to the low side to let Trost by up on that high line.
22.7, 22.3 for Robert.
Wow.
Whoa, Malechka.
Look at the gap.
1 second. He's got 2 laps to catch him. It's going to be a big ask, but Malechka is closing.
Let's take a look at the gap this time by.
Only gained about a 10th there. That lap car really helped Brandon Trost there a bit.
Robert's thinking he might not have it.
It's definitely going to be a close call. White flag in the air. Can Trost hold on one more lap? 9/10 last time at the stripe. 6/10 now.
And that was a purple lap for Robert that time by. closers be closing.
22.329.
Yeah, but I don't think
Exactly when he needs it.
Yeah, but I don't think he's gonna run. He's gonna run out of time. If he had about another 2 more laps, he's gonna get this. But Tro's gonna defend that points lead for the series championship, and he's gonna get the win here at the Magic Mile, where it was quite the wreck fest. But he survives, pitting on lap 12, and that might have been the call for him that decided this race.
Unbelievable. 78 laps on those tires for Brandon Trost, and holds on to take the win at New Hampshire. Man, you gotta hand it to him for that. And Robert Malechka drove his heart out as he always does. Not quite enough, but was enough to keep him honest.
Yeah, I think if we had another couple more laps, for sure, another 5 more laps, wouldn't have been an issue. But in that time remaining, no, I think Trost planned it just right.
That's just 78 laps on tires, especially at this track in an open wheel car.
Trost, your winner by 3/10 over King Robert, and Matt Taylor, Clindy 4th, Campbell 5th, Sam Alexander 6th, for 47th, Morera 8th, Jacob Collins 9th, and Roman Zini, who I do want to shout out, gave me some kind words over the IndyCar Oval Series, or excuse me, it was the IndyCar Oval Series channel over there on the community. I appreciate that. He is finishing 10th.
And couple simple donuts, and Trost just says, okay.
I'm done. Yeah. Quilla 11th, Lee 12th. Sapala with it in an exciting race. I believe this might just be his first race here on the top split, and if so, welcome. And quite the exciting one for him in 13th, Jacob 14th. PDF, not happy in 15th. Wes Weedman 16th. Mark Murphy, victim of some bad netcode. In fact, many victims of bad netcode here tonight. 17th, Craig Forsyth 18th. Karsala 19th. Dustin Cares in 20th. If it wasn't bad netcode, it was turn 3. Carlos Washington 21st. Trace in 22nd. Rafi Eckert 23rd. Benedetti 24th. And Elisha Gilson in 25th. I believe that's all his first race here in the top split. Welcome. Sorry it finished 25th for you, but we hope to see you on many more going forward here on the top split. Tuesday night top split here on P1. All right. Get those off there. All right.
You have the race winner ready to go?
Yeah, and there he is. Brandon, that stop at lap 12 really proved to be the difference, friend.
Yeah, deciding to pit the one yellow early, I guess, ended up working out.
What were the conditions like out there, and why was turn 3 a little tough for people?
That's a good question. I just think the setup was kind of rough, and the wind was dynamic, and the weather kept changing. So none of those were a good combo.
True enough. Once you got out front, though, you made it work to your advantage. A couple more laps, though. Robert might have got you at the end, but instead of being a 95-lap race, it's a 90-lap race, and you're able to capitalize on that. We had a handful of that late in the run on tires that were 79 laps old.
Yeah, it wasn't fun. I actually even typed in the chat, good win, Robert, when he pit. I kind of thought, once he got to 6th, I'm like, there's going to be 2 more yellows. He gets 2 spots each yellow. He's right on my back bumper. It's
right.
over. But luckily, it went green from there, and it took him a while to get through the traffic. So I got a little bit lucky. And I know he wasn't happy with the lap traffic either.
Are you a fan of this place? You want to see it back on the schedule some more? Or I know a lot of people just kind of, when they saw it up on the schedule, was like, that's a week I want to skip.
Look, I won this one. I've won here before. It shouldn't be on the schedule. I do pretty well here a lot of weeks, but it shouldn't be on the schedule. The participation here is rough.
Yeah.
It's not a real world track like Milwaukee, and it's a very comparable type of track. Alongside the fact that it's just, they can't get a setup right for this. It's really hard to build a setup here anyways, and then it's just never going to work.
Yeah, I hear you. And the participation is kind of disappointing. We kind of compare when we are waiting for to load into the sessions. We kind of watch and see who registers for like Truck C at the same time as IndyCar, and it's today it was like 233 to 50 something. Versus people that registered for the truck race at Kansas versus people that showed up for IndyCar. So I don't think it's a very popular track, but it made for a very interesting race, a top split race, unlike many that we've seen anytime recently with all the attrition and all the cautions. But way to rough it out, survival of the fittest. You are the points leader, so you're going to expand that points lead in here in the series. So congratulations on that as well. Shout outs, friends, family, sponsors. Anyone say hi to before we let you go on this Tuesday night?
Well, shout out to you. Actually, welcome back.
Thank you.
It's nice to have you back on.
Thank you very much. Good to be here. All things considered.
Yeah.
All right. Well, good to have you here. Congratulations on the win. And next week we are at. I should know this off the top of my head, but I don't. Where are we at next week? We are at next week. Oh, we are doing our doubleheader next week at a meme race at Atlanta. So I don't know how you feel about that one, but we're going to be racing on the new Atlanta configuration next week. I'm sure that's going to bring a lot of first-time starters to the broadcast.
Yeah, I've never done that in this car before. I understand they've done it once in the past, so it'll be rather interesting to see how that goes, but I have very low expectations for myself.
I think we have low expectations for general meme races anyways, but congratulations, sir. Go enjoy your win. One of adding to the continuing count of well over 1,000 wins in your career, and we will see you next week at Plate Atlanta.
Thanks, guys. Have a good one.
See ya. Yeah, I think low expectation for next week is the way to go into Plate Atlanta.
Yeah, exactly. And yeah, like Plate Atlanta, or for those who don't know, Atlanta in its new configuration, that one is always very much a meme. It is definitely like Talladega, even though you would never guess it just by describing Atlanta Motor Speedway as a mile and a half. That's gonna be fun in its own way.
Final thoughts, LGN. I know we didn't hear much from you tonight. I think you were identifying the net codes and keeping us apprised of what was going. Oh, there he is. Let's bring up Molechka. He has now entered the chat. So we'll go change the camera here and get the car of Robert Molechka, and we'll put LGN on hold. And as soon as we're done with Robert, we'll talk to LGN. Hey, Robert, thanks for joining us. Congratulations. A couple more laps. This race would have been yours, but kind of an interesting top split race, a type of top split race we haven't seen in quite a while, with a lot of attrition and a lot of caution.
Yeah, it's getting kind of ridiculous there for a bit, getting extremely bored. And then I felt like I probably could have still got to the front if I did not pit there with 40 to go, but
yeah.
I'm like, you know what, I'm still kind of bored, so I'm just gonna pit and see what happens. And it was fun just having slightly better tires, probably maybe, I don't know, a 10th extra lap time, and yeah, it was good. Got a bit unlucky and a bit lucky with traffic that last stint, but yeah, I just needed probably a few more laps to get across because it seemed like I was a few times faster than everyone in the whole race.
New Hampshire side, let's talk about the Pro Series. First race this week, or last week, was at Indianapolis Road Course. Not the greatest showing for the community guys as the hired guns kind of came to play. How are you set for Long Beach this week?
Yeah, I haven't done a single lap yet, so that's kind of my preparation. It's pretty easy to get to the top or get within a second of those guys, maybe even half a second, but it's extremely difficult to find those final 2, 3, 4 tenths that we're missing, just skill wise and setup wise. So I think really the plan for myself and most of the guys that are not trained, Phil and Michele, are just to kind of ride around and hope people wreck it on road courses,
right?
And be there to kind of lap the field and win at the short track. So I'm looking forward to the ovals coming up. I got one more one more week of suffering on a road course for us. But maybe there will be massive carnage, and we can maybe sneak out of top 15.
At turn 1 at Long Beach, anything can happen.
Yeah.
What's it like seeing that pro license next to your name now? Is it a target? Do you feel accomplishment, or how do you feel about it?
I guess a bit of accomplishment, right? I mean, yeah. I know I'm not that great on road courses, and I know that I'm one of the best, if not the best, on oval right now. And it's kind of a shame that we don't get it on the oval side of things, because a lot of us just kick butt on the ovals, and I think most people see that on the oval rounds. But yeah, I mean, I think it's kind of, my opinion for us, especially for myself, it's like, yeah, I mean, it's cool on the road, but I feel like it's kind of fakey, because yeah, I guess I earned it, but I'm not to the pace of the top drivers, right? But I feel like I do earn it on the oval side, definitely.
Is Milwaukee won, or is that voting still open?
That is voting still open. I believe it closes in, today's Tuesday, right? So closes in just under 48 hours. So I think we still have a pretty good lead, but if Verstappen or one of the big name sim racers with Redline retweet it, I'm sure they can gain at least a few hundred votes and make it really close. So yeah, we're hoping for Milwaukee, make it 5 oval, 5 road, and that would definitely give guys like Phil and Trano still a chance at the championship. So we're hoping for that.
And if you're interested in what we're talking about, there is just go to, I believe it's the iRacing Twitter account, X account.
Yeah.
There's a fan vote for the there's a fan's choice of one of the venues for later in the season, one of which is Milwaukee, another one I think is Red Bull Ring, and I forget what the third one is, maybe Monza, but
Monza, yeah.
And of course the Formula One guys are like, oh yeah, we want to see what an IndyCar does on a Formula One track, and we're like, no, let's add another oval. And so if you do prefer, of course, this is an all oval broadcast, make sure to seek that tweet out and go vote. And especially if you have multiple accounts, vote early, vote often, as they say in Chicago. And get that vote in there for our guys in the community here to get another shot on an oval track later in the season for the Pro Series. Well, congratulations on the race today. Good race for you. Finished right where you started, but it was a long day. And we will see you next on any broadcast, probably Thursday night when the Pro Series takes the green flag at Long Beach. So best of luck to you there. Shout outs, friends, family, sponsors. You want to say hi to before we let you go?
Oh, yeah. I mean, firstly, welcome back to the booth, Gary. Good to see you again.
Thank you.
And yeah, I guess we'll see how many more of these Tuesday night broadcasts I do, or I will be doing, because pros kind of taking over some of my time, especially with a lot of ovals coming up, and I just need a detox. And honestly, the connections right now are not good. It's not really fun to race, because you just have to be really safe about it. So the netcode's been pretty awful the last few weeks. So
yeah,
just kind of making me not want to race much. But yeah, I'll probably do like maybe 3-4 more the rest of the season when we're not running on ovals, and maybe towards the end of the season, I think, when the pro's over. So looking forward to that.
All right, well, best of luck, congratulations on tonight, and we'll see you at the next one, whatever that might be.
Yep, thanks guys, take care.
Yeah. All right, Lewis, final thoughts here at New Hampshire. A lot of netcode. I know that gets your ire and attention. A lot of innocence tonight was broken.
Yeah, so I really don't talk too much, because it's the short track. Everybody can see everything.
Right.
So yeah. So it's nothing to say. So bad for Pablo, really, my ex-teammate, getting strong over there, and fortunately for him, he had Greg, and I saw strong over there. So I think he might be over there on the podium. I don't know. I'm not sure. Anyways, good for Tross, bad for Maresca, but he did the strategy, so good strategy for him to pit it in before. So Milwaukee is 44% over on Red Bull Ring, and Monza 24%. So Milwaukee is so far now big vote for the Pro
Good.
Series. So
Good.
Yeah, that's it for now. So they say
Mhm.
2,000 over 2,000 votes around, and iRacing tweet or X or whatever his name. So yeah, that's the vote. So I hope that's I really agree with Maleska. They should be have IndyCar Pro Series all the oval, so you can see everybody, man. Demerit and who else? Him and the other ones around. So yeah, it should
Trano
be
and Phil.
yeah,
All those guys.
It
Yeah.
should be they should be good one. So with the I'm gonna say fix it. No, I'm gonna say open setup. So that's a good thing. So, anyways, Atlanta, you said no.
Yeah.
Which one?
We are going to the
Atlanta.
new Atlanta.
Is a new one?
The meme race.
I
Yeah,
never-
that's why we're doing a
I
doubleheader
ne- I
next week. Yeah.
I never raced. I raced the old one, so that is difficult. But the new one, I remember, or maybe I too old to race on the new one. So
I have
don't
not
know.
raced on the new one. I don't even think I've
Yeah,
tested
me
the car
too.
on the new one. No.
Me too. So I remember the old one, how difficult it is, and try to race top and don't use the low side. So anyways, so good race and see you on Atlanta.
Justin, final thoughts. I know that you got some.
It was chaos.
Yeah.
And just looking at the final results here, courtesy of Race Control, 8 cautions for 31 of 90 laps with only 3 lead changes.
Third of the race. Oi.
Oh my goodness.
Like I said, I don't know if I was back in Martinsville or Bristol for the NASCAR iRacing Fix Series, but good lord, guys, come on.
Yeah.
But it's like you said though, there's a little bit you don't notice it even in the stock car. When you're getting on the brakes going down into turn 3, there is a little bit of an undulation where it's literally a dip. You
Yeah.
dip down and then you literally just plateau.
Yeah.
So it's caught a lot of people off guard, but that's New Hampshire for you. They say it's the Magic Mile. I hate to say it, guys. Today it was the not so very Magic Mile.
Yeah.
But
I call it the magic struggle bus.
The manic
this is
mile.
the reason why.
yeah,
New Hampshire definitely has always been one of those tricky tracks as far as IndyCar goes, especially since it doesn't commonly show up on the schedule. And that little detail seemed to catch out so many people when they thought they had the grip available. It turns out they did not.
Basically, to put it like this, they were blue shelled invisibly out of nowhere.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
I guess. Yeah. Yeah.
But next week though, it's gonna be chaos even for a doubleheader, and I'm somewhat looking forward to it and somewhat not looking forward to it because it's chaos, it's high speed, it's high banks, it's NASCARized version of Atlanta, and yeah.
Yeah, we just missed doing the Plate Atlanta track when it was on the schedule in 2023. It showed up on the schedule where they made the decision that the streaming had to change and the licensing changed hands and all that stuff. And we were going to cover it that season, but unfortunately, that's the licensing. That's how it crumbles sometimes. Steven, real quickly, final thoughts from you, and then we'll get on out of here.
Yeah, this was one of the chaos weeks, I'll say that much, because I have no doubt Atlanta's going to be nuts as well. But this one was a massive curveball thrown at them, and ultimately, the ones that realized the quirks of the track best survived survived to the end.
Yeah.
Brandon Trost, Robert Malechka, they figured it out better than everyone else. And this is ultimately one of the things that can decide championships. These guys can get these races done in challenging conditions at a track that they may not be wholly familiar with, but they still get to the end and they still get big results done.
Yeah.
And people like Trost and Malechka, especially if Malechka sticks around to the rest of the season, this is going to be a great one here. It really shows everyone's determination.
Our pit reporter, Olivia Hayward, says second split on lap 72, their 11th caution. So rough dice for...
Wait, stop. Say that again?
Rough night for everybody here running an IndyCar at Loudon, New Hampshire. So that's it for tonight. We'll get everyone out of here. Once again, your podium from New Hampshire is Brandon Trost with another win this season. Robert Malechka warming up for his start later this week at Long Beach in the Pro Series, finishes second. And Matt Taylor, another good finish for him, and he is up in the points championship, engaged there in that very tight top 5 battle. He finished in third. And join us again next week as the series moves on to New Atlanta Motor Speedway for round 4 of season 4 of 2024. Or is that round 5 of season? I don't know. It's just so late, guys. Let's just get on out of here. But it's the IndyCar Oval Series season night top split. It'll be a special meme race doubleheader. So as always, coverage begins around 8:15. Again, that's 8:15 p.m. Eastern. It'll be on the P1 channel, of course. And remember, new channel, so make sure you all subscribe to it. The link is in the description. And what we're going to do is we'll cover race 1, then we'll have a little mini break, and then a little mini podcast, and then we'll cover race 2 for our doubleheader. We'll have 2 doubleheaders this week, or this year. There'll be doubleheader at New Atlanta, and then a doubleheader at the end of the year at the iRacing Superspeedway. Only the meme races get the doubleheaders, folks, for obvious reasons. As always, you can find the correct broadcast times in your area. Just come to youtube.com and go to @P1 Broadcasting, and all the times are right there. Just click the bell, hit the reminders, and you will be notified when we go live. Hey, we love bringing these races to you, but they're not easy and require time and money to produce. Because of your generosity and donations, we've been able to bring you IndyCar Oval action nearly sponsor-free. If you share our passion for the sport of IndyCar and enjoy our coverage of the IndyCar Oval Series Tuesday night top split, please take time to visit our GoFundMe page. The link is in the description, and donate to our 2024 broadcast fund. We do realize times are tough, so any contribution would be greatly appreciated. We thank you for watching and making us part of your Tuesday evenings each and every week. Now, as you know, the YouTube algorithm game is not an easy one, so please help support P1 with the weekly grind. Leave a comment below. Let us know your thought on tonight's race. And if you enjoyed tonight's coverage, support us by smashing like in the video. If you're new, click subscribe. While you're at it, hit the bell for weekly reminders so don't miss out more of P1's other iRacing programming, including our Wednesday doubleheaders for the next, I guess now, 6 or 7 weeks. You can join Mark Murphy and Ryan Eric King at 8:50 p.m. for the Votive Racing League Boomer Button Boxes Indy Oval Series, or you can join me and Josh Bittner at the actually you could you could do Mark Murphy at 7:50 p.m. and then at 8:50 you can join me and Josh Bittner over on the Vigilante Racing League Truck Series. Same channel, same place. Now you have a choice of what to watch on Wednesday nights, and it's all right here on P1. Track cams for this race are provided by Whiplash Sim Cams. Get the most out of your iRacing experience with Whiplash Sim Cams. To learn more about Whiplash, like them on Facebook, follow them on Twitter. The links are in the description. So, for Stevie, for Justin, for LGN, for everyone here at P1, I'm Gary Gatto saying to all good night and thanks for watching. And to all of our men and women serving in the military and as first responders, Godspeed, God bless, and come home safe. Catch us again right here next week for a special Atlanta doubleheader for the next race of the IndyCar Oval Series Tuesday night top split on P1. Good night.